Hi everybody, welcome to Activity 6.2. Before I get started on the demonstration for Activity 6.2, I thought that it would be good for you guys to see what our simulator looked like in real life. So remember that bending light simulator, we used a light and a light meter and a mirror. I'm going to show you what happens when we do that setup for real. So I'm going to line it up for position 1 on the line, and then I'm also going to take my light meter and put that on position 1. Let me go ahead and turn the light meter on. That would definitely be helpful. And you can see this part of the light meter is what actually does the reading. So it looks like that is about 230 lux. Whoops, just kidding. It's still going up. That is about 370 lux for position 1. So remember, just like intensity, the higher the lux, the more intense the light, or the brighter the light. So that is pretty bright. We're going to move on to position 2, and I'm going to put the light meter in position 2, and you can see right away that our lux went down quite significantly. We were in the 300s, and now we are down at about 125 lux. Okay, it's still adjusting. Like I said, these light meters are not perfect. The numbers will fluctuate. You can see it's going back down right now. And let's quickly just see what would happen when we put it in position 3. And I will shine the mirror in position 3 as well. Excuse me, shine the light in position 3. Okay, and that one is only 32 lux, so you can tell that it really went down. Sorry, I just moved it. It really decreased in intensity as we changed the angle from position 1 to position 3. Next, I'm going to show you your setup for Activity 6.2, and this is the part where you need to collect data. Okie dokie folks, this is our setup for Activity 6.2. You can see that the light is reflecting off of the paper. I'm going to hold up the light meter to position 1, and you will record whatever the light meter says in your table in Activity 6.2. Okay, so let's hold that up. It looks like our first reading, our reading for position 1, still changing ever so slightly, so let's just give it a second. It's about 68 lux at position 1. So remember, we switched from a mirror to paper, and our reading, it appears to be much lower from the paper. So in your chart, I would write 66, 67, or 68 lux for position 1. Let's do position 2. And I'll move that to position 2. Wow, another significant decrease as we move from position 1 to position 2, just like when we use the mirror, except this time it's even lower. We were just at 66, 67, and now we are at 32 lux. So for position 2, you should fill in 32 lux on your chart. Feel free to pause the video at any time so you can go fill in that information. Last, let's do position 3. When I was testing this earlier, I noticed that in position 3, the, whoops, well, it doesn't help if you do that, Miss G. The reading for position 3 did not decrease as much as I expected it to. So this is what I did. I took my mirror and I used it as a divider. So my prediction was that some light was coming from the flashlight directly into the light meter instead of bouncing off of the paper first. And our lux is actually still about the same. It's still at about 30 31.8, which is fairly close to 32. For position 3, you can write 31.8. It is still a decrease, even though it's a small decrease, we still want to note that. 31.7 or 31.8 for position 2 would be fine. Okay, so remember the light did decrease as we moved, or excuse me, the light intensity or the lux did decrease as we moved from position 1 to position 3. Hi everyone, I just wanted to show you how to access your chart or edit your chart in case you are unsure. And if you did not get to do your chart yet, you can watch this and then watch the video again to collect your data. So you should go to Activate Learning. You should go to Activity 6.2. And then you should scroll down through Activity 6.2, past the procedure and past the prediction that you already completed. And you should fill in your data in this chart. You can ignore this flashlight angle. We're going to label this side of the chart position of flashlight and light meter, and you can just fill in position 1, position 2, and position 3. And then on the other side of the chart, you should fill in lux slash light intensity, because remember that is the same thing as lux. And you should fill in the data for each position in this spot. So go back to the part of the video where I shine the light at the paper, and you'll just fill in the data and make sure that you always include the unit. The unit is lux. Do that for position 1, position 2, and position 3.